Well, all right, y'all. All across the USC, Compton, Watts, Bay to LA, Pomona, California, from valley to valley, we represent that killer Cali. So if you keeping it real on your side of your town, you tune in to Gangster Chronicles.
Gangster Chronicles, we gon' tell you how it goes.
If I lie, my nose will grow like Pinocchio. We gon' tell you the truth and nothing but the truth.
Gangster Chronicles, this is not your average show.
You're now tuned into the real MC8, Big James, and Big Steel.
This is strictly from the streets.
Hello.
We represent the J's.
Yeah, you know, and I was going to ask you, you know, going back to it, man, you know, because I read the book and I've been a Rap-A-Lot fan, man, since the original Ghetto Boys, you know what I'm saying, since it was Jukebox and all of them. So you gave a lot of game. I don't know whether you know it or not, man. You gave a lot of game to brothers like myself when I was sitting on the east side of Cleveland, Ohio, because that was one of the first markets I think that y'all hit in, right?
Yeah, well, the first city that embraced us was Chicago.
All right, yeah.
In which Cleveland, Ohio, you know, that's across the street, right? So Chicago embraced us first. Matter of fact, the whole Midwest. Right. The whole Midwest embraced us before anybody did.
Yeah, and you gave a lot of inspiration at the beginning of those albums, because it was like you almost listened to the albums just to hear what you was going to say at the beginning of them. And you talk about, you know, a lot of people, man, you talk about in particular, man, the dude, Chad Scott, and the Schumacher dude. Those are some dangerous cats.
Yeah, hitmans for the government.
And that's what it seemed like they was. And I noticed, like, you know, I read the book. So they had you over. They tried to get you to pull over into a dark McDonald's parking lot, like you was Boo Boo the Fool, and just pull over there just to get got.
Yeah. No. I really believe, man, with all of my heart that they were gonna hit me that night. You know what I mean? The whole setup was set up for a hit. You know what I mean? In other words, I had never got stopped, and then a law told me to go somewhere and stop again. You know, normally where you get stopped, that's where you get stopped. Exactly. You know what I mean? But they directed me to go in a almost like a dark alley. But even before then, you know, they had been sending threats. You know, they had been go-rilling a lot of the homies in my hood and sending a lot of death threats my way about what's going to happen with me, and, you know, because of a lot of accusations and shit like that. So I'm like, every day of my life, you know, it was a lifestyle, how I was mobbing, how I was moving. So even when they made that move, you know, it's like 3-4 homies trailing me. So, you know, it was going to be real ugly. But I just had enough sense to, when I got to that light and they talking about that dog, I say, I'm going over to the light. So I pull over to the light, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't, you know. Yeah, so that's how that went.
Do you think, you think that they just had it out for you because of who you were trying to be or who you were becoming, or trying to make you had so much control as far as people respecting you, and on that level, do you feel they just hated a motherfucker just because?
Yeah, I think it was a combination of things. You know, when they witness any of us, you know, come out the hood, you know, when they understand where we came from and they wasn't able to destroy us, and we start rising, and not only do we rise ourselves, but we bring our loved ones, the homies with us. And all of a sudden, you know, it's like a movement that take place where we living better than them, right? So you a motherfucker like put you on the hit list, because definitely like in my era when rap music wasn't even popular. Right. So the way the movement taking place right now, this wasn't happening the same way. They didn't have artists that had made it and went gold and shit like that. So, you know, they may say 50 or 100 niggas moving together, and they like, oh, this got to be a money laundering game or a dope game, whatever they may think, right? Because this was the beginning stages of my movement, and I'm exercising, you know, my dreams and whatnot, and their objective was to stop me.
Yeah, they had to break that up.
They saw where I had started and where I was going.
Well, you know, they would have much rather seen you out in the streets doing some other stuff. You feel what I'm saying? For you to do what you was doing was real powerful, because not only was you moving, but you was bringing other brothers up off the street with you. You know, because you kind of like the, you know, me reading the book and everything, and I see how you had warned Suge. You had warned the other guy, Irv Gotti, too, you know, to watch how you're moving and everything, because it's almost like you prophesized that coming, like God gave you that discernment in your head to say, hey, man, the storm is coming. Watch out, watch yourself, and, you know, play square.
Yeah, no, most definitely, man. I definitely been blessed with the gift of intuition and discernment, and that's what saved my life many times. And you know, I always was the type of nigga that tried to, you know, share that with all the homies I interacted with. You know what I mean? Where I saw it, and a lot of times, you know, niggas, you know, they thought I was crazy. You know, they called me, nigga, you tripping. You know, even when I decided to go to corporate America. You know, I remember being right out there in L.A. with some of the homies on Sunset. You know what I mean? And enlighten them. Here's what I'm finna go to. This is the new game. You know what I mean? This was in the beginning of going, you know, to the rap. I say, this is the new game, because I saw the vision. And, you know, niggas laugh and thought I was the craziest nigga in the world. Nigga, you finna leave all of this for that?
Yeah, look at it.
Yeah, I mean, shit, if you coming from, you know, shit, if you in that lifestyle there, you know, they figuring like you already winning. The fuck you want to fuck with that rap shit for? And I already know in the beginning, you know, rap wasn't real heavy for us in the South and on the West. You know what I'm saying? So I bet the motherfucker was like, man, you crazy as fuck, man. You finna get into this game? Because it wasn't solid for us at first. And, you know, basically it was cats like you who pioneered that independent game and being self-sufficient and starting your own rap label, who gave people that open eye that rap can be successful for a black entrepreneur. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Not just on the artist aspect, but you can truly be an entrepreneur and a black man who can run a successful company by being the head of a record label. You know what I'm saying?
But it all depends on who the leader is. You know what I'm saying? And
you got to have some kind of business sense,
okay.
James. You feel me?
I worked with Suge. I was one of the first that was with Suge when Suge came out. I actually walked away from it because I seen it coming. Bad things. So I lost my brother during the situation too, and I just knew. I mean, why Suge didn't take heed to? A lot of people was getting in his ear to tell him to slow down. When he started drinking and all of that other shit, he became one of us. You know what I'm saying? Now he's just loose. I told him before, you know, it's hard to possess power because some motherfuckers don't know how to control power, to be in power. You know what I'm saying? So why you think those cats didn't listen to you when you warned them? Why you didn't think he would listen to you and your way was working? His way didn't work. Why you don't think them cats listen?
Well, you know, man, you know, pride is a motherfucker, right? And you know, like I always been the type of dude, you know, I be inspired by a nigga movement. You know, I try and take positive energy and be inspired by a movement versus, you know, allowing jealousy and different shit to enter my heart concerning different things. And, you know, most of the homies, you know, don't know how to differentiate where the two is concerned. You know what I mean? A nigga see another man making it malice enter his heart and he want to down him. Or, you know what I mean? He want to take what he got versus, you know, getting some wisdom from the situation. So it's and a lot of us do better when we know better. But you know, you said a mouthful. You know, when you you know, if a man is intoxicated or a man, you know, pick up one of them habits to like cloud his thinking ability, then that's a hell of a crutch. You know, that's a hell of a crutch that can fuck up your whole day.
Damn sure will.
Yeah, it damn sure will, because, you know, you see the thing, and, you know, a lot of people talk about that. To me, I don't see nothing but sadness when I see that, because you got a brother that had an opportunity and now it's just like, it's squandered, man. And really, it made it hard for the next executives that was coming through the game. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And, I think, man, because at one time you guys were talking about starting a distributor, right? Your own distributor, right?
Say that again.
At one time, you, Suge, and Irv Gotti was talking about starting up your own distribution company, correct?
Exactly. Black-owned distribution company.
And I think it's a lot of people in the country, man, a lot of white people, man, that wouldn't like to see that happen because, if you a young black dude, man, everybody was kind of inching towards being independent anyway. If you're a young brother and you see these three people that got all this knowledge, man, they go run towards you before they go the other way.
Yeah, no, that's real talk. Real talk. No, that's real talk. We had a meeting out there in L.A. where we were strategizing. You know what I mean? Because that was at a time where everybody's shit was bubbling. So, you know what I mean? I felt like it was a good idea to brainstorm and like plant the seeds on how can we take this shit to another level and lay a foundation for those that's going to come behind us to have access, you know what I mean, to some real black-owned power. And what I think happened was I think we didn't keep it under the radar the way we should have kept it. And the feds at the time, they probably had everybody goddamn phone tapped. I think they got a whiff of what was happening. And as y'all know, the motherfuckers hit everybody. You know what I mean? Almost like simultaneously. They turned the flame up. And that's how that went.
From the streets to the yard, to the boulevard, Gangster Chronicles. Well, all right, y'all. All across the USC, Compton, Watts, Bay to LA, Pomona, California, from valley to valley, we represent that killer Cali. So if you keeping it real on your side of your town, you tune in to Gangster Chronicles. Ew.
Gangster Chronicles, we gon' tell you how it goes.
If I lie, my nose will grow like Pinocchio. We gon' tell you the truth and nothing but the truth. Ew.
Gangster Chronicles, this is not your average show.
You're now tuned into the real MC8, Big James, and Big Steel.
This is strictly from the streets.
Hello.
We represent the G's.
We represent the G's, never no wannabes.
Gangsters, hustlers, players on the go. Tune in like every week.
If you wanna hear the real, well, you done come to the right spot. Gangster Chronicles.